Hey guys, and welcome back to another Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord walkthrough. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different again. We're going to be doing another guide. Just a quick little how-to episode, and we're going to be going through Renown. Now, Renown is one of the main aspects of your character in the game. It's one of the main points that you need to increase in order to expand your party size and your clan tier. It's one of the things you pretty much have to start gaining from the very start, and you won't stop needing to collect throughout the game, no matter how long you play for. Obviously, the more renown you get, the more men you're allowed to have in your party, and the larger clan tier you're going to reach. As if we go into here, we have our clan tier up here. Now, for the first level, you only need about 50 renown, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger as you move along throughout the game. It starts becoming a few thousand and a few thousand. So, one of the questions is, how do you get renown, and what's an easy way to start gaining it that doesn't take too long? Now, there's no cheat, there's no real easy quick way of doing it, but there are a few ways that can make it easier, and a few ideas that you can have for yourself that you can start doing in order to gain it a little bit better. Obviously, the first one that most people will start by doing is by entering tournaments. So if we just go ahead, we're going to enter this tournament and we're going to try and win it. Now, a good way of doing tournaments is not only do you get a chunk of renown at the end, but also you can get money and clothing from it. So it's a good way of building up your character to start with. So if we go ahead and join, we'll just go ahead and fight this. Win it as quickly as possible. Or not at all. This is a brand new character. I've not leveled him up at all. I've not given him any skills. This is just nice and basic, nice and simple. There we go. End that there. Skip, skip, skip. Do the second round. Run through this real quick. Look at him go down there. Beautiful. Come on. Ciao. Damage to the horse, a big chunk there. Going well so far. Go on, take him down. See if we can grab that. Yeah, we can. Awesome. Awesome. There we go, so we're through 2 rounds already. We've only got 2 rounds left, and these are the quicker ones because it's only a 1v1. Now, you don't have to watch this fight, obviously, just skip ahead to the end. I'm just trying to show you how quickly you can complete these tournaments and how long they take. Because you'll find them in probably maybe 1 out of 3 cities that you travel to. So if you just kept jumping city to city, you can, as long as you're effective and you win, you can get some pretty decent amounts of renown pretty quickly just by winning these over and over again. So you could dedicate your character to becoming a really good tournament champion. And you could just go ahead, keep winning, keep winning, keep winning. See, I did that in what, 2 minutes maybe, less than, and I've just gained 3 renown straight away. Plus a bit of money for winning and some equipment. Had I made bets, I could have made near enough 2,000 dinars. So it's a really good way of doing it. And as well, if you upgrade certain skill types, can't remember which tree it is down, but there is a particular tree where you can gain renown, more renown than normal, from, here it is, it might be this, double the amount of betting you can do in tournaments. It's not that, there should be one that increases the amount of renown you gain when winning. It might actually be, not steward, it might be a charm thing. Plus renown for each. Maybe it's not this either. There it is. No, I was right. So you can gain 10% more influence by winning tournaments. I think there is also one which increases the amount of renown you gain when doing tournaments. Again, Charm is another really good one to go down because, as we can see earlier, it offers things like this. Show your scars. 20% more renown from battles, which is a really good thing to do. And all you have to do is socialise with nobles and just do quests for people, and you can improve your charm really quickly. That's only the second level in, so that's quite a good thing to invest in. So we have the first thing, tournaments. Quite easy to do, really quick to complete, and quite easy to find. You just have to travel city to city and you will find them, and obviously every time you finish one, a new one will appear, so there's always going to be one that you can do. That's probably the easiest way that you can build it initially. Obviously you only get 3, so it's only good for those low tiers, but it is a very efficient way of doing it. The second is admittedly a little bit more luck based, a little bit harder, but is to just find parties of looters and bandits. So if we go ahead after this one. Now, you can't just go and attack any party to get a decent renown. You want to go for an evenly matched, or if possible, an outmatched. If you're outnumbered, you're going to gain loads more renown for winning. But if you severely outnumber them, you will get probably less than even 1 renown. So you want to make it worth your while. To do this, there is another way, so you don't just have to get lucky and look for big parties. What you can do is reduce your own party. So you can have just a handful of really powerful troops. So you could, as you're leveling up, which you can do by just hunting down looters anyway, you just keep taking on bandits, but level up just a certain amount of your men. So you could get 7 or 8 legionaries if you're with the Empire, or just some really good level troops, like cavalry. This will also make you faster and make it a lot easier to hunt down parties of looters. But yes, so we'll go ahead and we'll just quickly take these guys down and we'll show you. Just again, this is a slower way compared to the tournaments, but you have a lot more options if you're a fast party. So we can just go ahead, we'll charge everyone in. I've got some quite decent men trained up here, nothing major, just some trained infantry. Not very high up the tree at all, but yeah, the looters won't stand a chance against these guys. They've got shields, javelins, swords, and some light and medium armour, I'd say. A couple of recruits. These are different looters. They're forest bandits, so they're equipped with bows. They won't do major damage to us, but they will do some damage. Things like recruits, you won't be able to take these guys on if you only had recruits. Luckily we've got some guys with shields here who can deal a bit of damage. Ignore me completely missing all my hits there. Not used to using that. But as you can see, yeah, we've won there. Now we want to make sure we do, which is better if we have cavalry because our men aren't faster, as we want to finish off all of them if possible. The more we defeat in this battle, so if we kill them all, then we'll get full renown. But if we let them live, then they'll escape, and then when we engage that party, we'll get a lot less. Which means we'll get a lot less from both. So you can't allow them to run away. You want to hunt down as many as possible. And this is one of the reasons it's better to try and train up some cavalry and just have a couple of them, because it will make you so much faster on the actual map. Yeah, looters won't stand a chance, and you'll be able to hunt them down when they try and run away. There's just so many benefits to it. But we'll also go ahead and we'll take down this whole party. Just one guy left. Again, this doesn't take too long, but as you can tell, it's already taken us just that little bit longer than doing a tournament. So it's not as efficient. And there we go, we've killed them all, we lost 1 man, and we gained 2.2 renown. Which is, you know, a little bit less than what we gained from the tournament, but not massively less. We did outnumber the enemy, but they were a decent quality of troop, so it didn't matter so much. So we still get a good chunk of renown from that. And as I said, we could upgrade the charm tree so we could get 20% on top of that as well. So this is just something you can do for the early game. Obviously, late game, this isn't going to benefit you. You're going to need so much more, and you'll have a good, strong party with you, so it won't really help. But it is just a good, quick way of doing it. And we don't have to fight every battle ourselves. We don't have to go into the field. It's going to take a while. So if we see something like this, a little band of 8 looters, we know we're going to defeat them. We know they're not going to stand a chance. We shouldn't lose any men, so we can go ahead, send troops. We can even speed it up. And there we go. 0.9 renown because they had so many less than we did, but like that, a couple of seconds, finished and done. And because we've got good troops, we shouldn't lose any, and they'll still get XP, so you can level them up afterwards. We've got some massive bonuses and benefits there. So those are just two other ways we can do it outside of tournaments. These are probably the simplest ways you're going to get from doing these, from gaining renown. If we want to look at harder ways and more advanced ways, but things that will benefit you more in the future, we can look at that too. I can't do it at the moment because we don't have the capabilities to do it, but one of the best ways you can do this is pick a faction. Any faction that you're not a fan of, you don't like, preferably somewhere like the oh God, what are they called? The Azerai, that's the ones. Preferably like the Azerai or the Khuzaits, just anywhere on the edge, even the Empire if you wanted, and declare war on them. Declare war on their individual lords and just hunt down things like caravans and lords within their empire. Now, the more you take on, obviously the harder it gets, but if you have a good amount of good quality troops, like a good chunk of cavalry or good top tier infantry and archers, you can pretty much guarantee that you can win against a lord, even if he's got a few more men than you, because they tend to have a lot more lower tier troops and a lot more recruits than they do for the top tiers. So you can, if you have a really strong powerful party with you, take them on, and that just guarantees that you'll get a lot more renown from when you win the battle because of how many more men are fighting and the quality of the men that are fighting. Especially if you're taking on forces that outmatch you, you'll get huge chunks. I can walk through more complicated ways and more advanced ways of gaining renown, but these really are the basic ways of doing it for the moment. Obviously you have things like hideouts, they give you small chunks, they take a little bit more time to do, but again are very useful. There's just unlimited ways of gaining renown, but honestly the overall easiest, I think the overall easiest for the very beginning of the game is just to run as many tournaments as you can. Learn how is like the most effective way to win them and just keep doing tournaments over and over again. This is a great way to level up your character, great way to get some money together, great way to get some equipment as well, because you can get some really good equipment from doing tournaments, and you just get a decent chunk of renown each time you complete them. Yes, it's a very slow way of doing it, but it has more benefits overall compared to just hunting down party after party after party of looters, and obviously you're going to be leveling yourself up in the process. But it goes without saying, you could run city to city to city to city, and whilst you're doing that, looking for your tournaments, just engage every party of looters that you find on that way. You see a party of 2 or 8, just take them on, just go for it. Send your troops if you know you're gonna beat them no matter what. Just send your troops in, finish it in a couple of seconds, and that's just that little extra bit of renown for you. If you see a big party of them, engage them. If you've got 20 men and you see a big party of 40 looters, go for it. You know, as long as you've got some decent troops, you don't have a full army of only recruits, you've just got a couple in there, then go for it. You take them on and you beat them, and you will get a good chunk of renown from it. But it's all about trying to take those risks, trying to win battles that should be unwinnable. That's what's going to give you the most. Obviously, capturing settlements, yeah, that's going to give you masses of renown. But again, very difficult. That's very late game, and you're going to need a lot more to do that. It's going to be very time consuming. Obviously, have bigger rewards, but harder to complete all round, especially if you're new. But yeah, these are really the simplest ways you can do it. There are so many little tips and tricks you can take into account. I mean, if you want to do an evil playthrough and just kill absolutely everyone, then you could declare war on somebody and just take out the villages. You could go kill every single set of villages you find. Just be absolutely evil, because there's always going to be villagers roaming around. They're not very fast parties because they're just full of peasants. So you can hunt them down really easily. You can take them on as well. But yeah, I think the best way is to just try and pick a faction that's got some decent cavalry. The Empire has really good horse archers. So if you learn how to use them effectively, which again I can do another video and show you how to do that, and I can show you how to take on more advanced parties to gain renown and better, more efficient ways of actually taking them on and dealing with them as well. But yeah, these are just some of the simplest ways of doing it, really. But yeah, no, it's just about picking which way you think works best for you. No matter what, guys, it's going to be time consuming building up those first few clan tiers. There's no quick and easy fix to it. It does take time, but you just kind of have to just keep pushing through it, and you have to keep taking on those tournaments, keep taking on those bandits. Just yeah, hit everyone you can. No party is too small, honestly. But one of the things I'd really recommend for the beginning is don't just go and fill up your party. Don't absolutely max out and get every troop you possibly can. Try and keep not only your costs down, but also keep your speed up, and make sure that if you can't get the looters to come to you, just make sure that you can catch up with them, but make sure that they outnumber you, because no matter what, they are the worst troops you're going to fight against. They throw rocks, they have pretty crap weapons, they have no armour. So yeah, if you can make them outnumber you and just carry maybe less than 10 or less troops, I'd say, push it to 15 maybe, but just try and keep a low number. Engage as many parties as you can, and you will gain renown really quickly. Just yeah, dedicate a bit of time to doing it that way. As you kind of like find a more comfortable level of renown that you're at, you've got a bit more money together, then build up a bigger party, get some good troops together, and then start going after some of the lords and caravans. And then again, once you've kind of gotten comfortable with that, you've increased your tiers a few more, then you can gain an even bigger party and start going after some settlements and some armies and take on some really big battles. Yeah, there's so many different ways. I can walk through more advanced ways of doing it later on. If you keep like referring to the main playlist, also there's ways that we show you how to do it in that as well. But yes, that is kind of just a simple basic guide to gaining renown within the world of Calradia. If you need any more suggestions, if you've got any suggestions for me or any feedback, then please let me know. If you've got any queries or questions, then ask away. Please, I'll happily answer everything. If you think I haven't covered something, or if I've not covered something very well, then let me know that too. But I hope this helps, guys. I hope this kind of answers your questions a little bit about renown. There really are just... the ways are simple, you know them already. There aren't really any quick, easy ways to do it. You just have to push through. But honestly, tournaments, one of the best ways. Just keep hunting down those looters, keep taking them on, and yeah, you'll get there. But yeah, anyway, I hope this helps, guys, and I really appreciate you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. I hope this helps, really do. Let me know if it's not. Let me know if you've got any more things that you want to learn about throughout Mount and Blade, and I will do a guide on that as well. But we should have a few more guides coming out, as well as the main playlist. And yeah, if you've got any questions, I should answer a lot of them throughout the main playlist, so go check that out as well, guys. Alright, thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye.